All right, guys, welcome to episode 2 of the Steady Stack podcast. My name's Rob, and I'm an OG now. Welcome to episode 2, where we're going to be talking about PrivacySmurf's stories, successes, and strategies in the crypto NFT space. So first, to recap the value and utility of the Steady Stack Discord this week. Monday, we had a Rippy God class, super valuable, about 2 hours long. He went very in depth on how to trade the tape and kind of understand order flow. Very interesting stuff there. If you don't know who Rippy God is, he's an 8-figure trader. He made $1 million in a day trading options, and that's when he bought his first Rolex. He's a big part of the Steady Stack community. Good friends with. He's a mentor to Zan. Just very smart guy in general. So pretty much that was the main part of the value and utility this week for the Steady Stack community Discord. I want to get onto a NFT project that I want to share with you guys that I see very promising future with based on data. I was looking at an analytics board. I forget exactly what it was called, but it pretty much laid out all of the holders of the NFTs, how much supply there is, and different stuff like that. The project's name is called Critters NFT. It's founded by Emerson Heiss. He's a Y Combinator student. He went to UC Berkeley. He was a previous trained software engineer. He's fully doxed, very interesting guy. I found his work through Alex Becker. I'm sure all of you know. So pretty much what Critters NFT is, it's a play to earn Minecraft game. It's a play to earn game based on Minecraft. So there's 4,096 Genesis critters that you can generate block token with. I'm currently renting out my 2 staked critters to 3 brothers in Turkey. And these brothers are making 9 times what they would at a normal job in Turkey. So by renting out these NFTs that have actual value and utility, they're earning a ton more money than what they would at a normal Turkish job. And that right there is a very unique aspect I found to this NFT project. I'm currently making 40% of their block generation. So over the past 3 weeks, I've passively made around $375 at the current block price of 7 cents. Very interesting stuff here. I just wanted to give you guys a little insight into what I think could be the first blue chip play to earn NFT. So other than that, I just wanted to share that with you guys. But now let's get on to part 2 of the podcast with PrivacySmurf. Very interesting guy here. He's a very valuable member of the Discord, of the Steady Stack Discord. He's got a few links in the resources tab, the educational resources tab in the Steady Stack Discord. So let's get right into his stories, strategies, and successes. So PrivacySmurf, thank you for coming on the podcast today. So tell me about a story that you want to share about your NFT journey, crypto journey, and something that you think these guys would like to hear.
Yeah, sure. First, I want to say thanks to you for having me on here. Appreciate the platform you've created here. It's pretty cool. So I'm actually fairly new to the crypto space. I've been trading stocks and futures for about 8 years now. So I'm like fairly experienced in the market. So crypto has been kind of a new beast. I haven't really spent any time in the NFT space. This is like my first venture into that. It's pretty interesting. But so in crypto, late last year, I started becoming a bit more public and like open in the space, because normally I just kind of keep to myself and do my own thing. And I got referred to a small hedge fund operating out of Colorado, and they reached out to me to do like some potential consulting and stuff like that. And we ended up kind of going with it for a while to see how it worked out. And it's like my first like job, and especially like a job in like trading space. So this is last year, like around October, November timeframe, when like most of the markets is kind of like falling out. And Luna had made like a run while like Bitcoin was kind of falling down. Luna made a run up to like I think it's like sitting around $50 or so. Like it had pulled up to gosh, where was it? It had made its way up. Let me see, I can see this on the chart real quick actually. It made its way up to around $50. It was sitting around $50 after it had gotten to like 52 or so. And it pulled back a little bit. And one of the guys in the fund was like really, really bullish on Luna. He's like, yeah, I was like, we need to get more Luna. Need to get more Luna. I was like, yeah, guys, I mean, come on, like the market, like everything's pulling back. Like it's gonna retrace some. You can just wait. We'll get a good price for it. And he responds to me like, I'll never forget this, because he's like, I think it's dangerous not to be exposed to Luna. I was like, you're being really melodramatic, dude. Just like chill out. And literally like 2 days later, Luna went on its run all the way up to 93. So I was like, whoops, my bad. I was like, I'm never going to keep this job. Yeah. So he never lets me live that down. We still work together, but he never lets me live that down. And I never doubt Luna anymore. Like I try not to sleep on it, because it'll trick you and run away from you.
That's a good one. Wow.
Yeah.
So you got the option of buying for the hedge fund around $50, and then it went up to 93 2 days later. And was the hedge fund aware of what you guys were looking at?
It didn't run up like that entire price. So the price was like 50, it was up to 52, pulled back to like 44, and then it just like went on an explosive run like day after day after day, and like topped out around like $80 before it started to pull back some. And when it did pull back, we got in like around $55 or so. So we did catch like the move back up to like 100, but they were not overly pleased that we missed the first part. Yeah, it was okay. It worked out fine.
Well, that's a great story. I'm not gonna lie. Especially that you still work with them. He's probably not gonna let you live that down until never. He's never gonna let you live that down.
No, not really.
But all right, so let's get on to your strategy. What type of strategy do you use to invest?
My investment strategy, honestly, is really, really similar to my trading strategy. I'm a technical trader, so I'm always looking at the charts to determine like where I put my money and like when I put my money in and when I take it out. I view investing as just a long-term trade. Like a chart is a chart is a chart to me. It doesn't, like a candle can be a 5-minute candle or it can be a year candle. Like it doesn't matter. Like the price action all still means the same thing. So like that's sort of how I approach like investing and trading. Like it's all really technical, and like I evaluate that way. Like when I try to coach people on my particular strategies, I usually get like a little bit of pushback, because like my opinion for anyone looking to get into trading and like getting better trading is like to invest first. Like think long term first. Like you need to have like that buffer, that cushion, that is not really at risk before you start like putting all your capital at risk trading, because trading is complicated. Like it's really, it can be difficult. Like it can be simple, it can be difficult, but like it's just risky, and like it's better to have like that buffer created so you don't have to worry about like how much you're making or losing or whatever. So like it's typically like just take long-term positions first, trade like second, and like when you're focusing on your trading, like it's more like practice the basics, the core concepts, like support resistance and trend identification and like understanding momentum. Like those are really the core concepts that you can take to like any particular trading strategy, like whether you're doing breakout trading or trend trading or counter trend trading. Like if you can't follow those basic concepts, then like you're not really going to succeed at whatever strategy you're doing.
100%. Do you find that getting a mentor is very helpful?
Yeah, like I started my trading career, if you'll call it that. I started it like by myself, like most other people, like, just dabbling, putting some money in when I had it and messing around. But it really didn't like catapult my skills forward until I did find like a dedicated person that like I just like studied everything that they talked about, did everything that they did. And I think that's the easiest way to get ahead, really, because oftentimes, like when you're learning by yourself, you're like trying like anything and everything, taking like any approach like that pops up on YouTube or whatever. But like finding someone who thinks sort of like you, like helps to like really cement in like good practices, because like they're already good, they know what they're doing, so like just copy them for a little while and learn how they operate until you can like develop your own ways like apart from them.
100%. Do you think that, like, I know personally, I was big into e-commerce a couple years ago before COVID happened, and I found that when I talked to somebody, not even like a mentor status, but talk to somebody that had about 5 or 10 years more knowledge than me, 5 or 10 years older than me, that was in the same game, in the same practice, pretty much, that it accelerated my learning so much. And I think that's so like a very important point. That's pretty, it's a pretty, same with investing though. I think when you get somebody that knows exactly what they're doing and is successful at what they're doing, it accelerates what you understand and how you perform, for sure. Yeah, that's a good strategy. So what are some factors that led to your success so far, that you can attribute your success?
Honestly, the biggest key to myself, it sounds kind of corny, but it's like investing in myself. Like I spent as much time as I could like learning and finding, all sorts of different resources. Like instead of just like jumping from thing to thing to thing, like I would remain focused on like a single aspect, a single concept, a single like topic, instead of like dividing my focus across like all, like, cause like there's so many different ways to approach the market. Like, and if you can spend the time to like master one, then you can go and expand onto that, like, and in a different direction, like after you've like really, figured out how to how to work that particular way. So like the market is always changing. Like no one way will work all the time. So like you have to be able to recognize like when the market is changing so you can adapt. Like you just always need to be learning. Like there's no time to stop and think that like the best way to do anything, because like as soon as you think that, the market's gonna be different and it's gonna change. So like you just have to spend time investing in yourself, because like you have, like, as long as you do the work that like other people either can't do, don't have the time to do, or don't want to do, you're always going to be ahead of them. And that's the best way to just like keep your edge.
And what do you mean by investing in yourself?
Well, like reading books, watching videos, again, like finding a mentor so he can teach you the ways to learn, just really spending the time to educate yourself on operating in the market and like being just successful in general. Like, because all these things, like instead of just like making you better at trading or better at investing, like they also like create more opportunities in your life outside of that. People will see the value that you have and that you can bring to the table, and they will like be interested in working with you, or like building some product with you, or like doing something together. Like it just multiplies like all over the place.
If there was one thing that you would do through like to invest in yourself, whether that be reading books, networking, watching videos, with someone that doesn't have a lot of money, let's say students, I'm a student myself, what do you think would be the best way to invest in yourself if you were to focus on one tactic?
So that would be, oh gosh, that's a really good question. Well, there are plenty of, okay, so there are plenty of free resources. Like honestly, what's good is going on maybe Amazon or Goodreads. It's like a website where it just like categorizes books and stuff like that, and look for a list of really good like trading books, stuff like that. Like everyone knows, like what is it? Trading in the Zone and John Murphy's technical analysis of the financial markets. Like go to that book and then look at the similar books of that, and like go to your library and get them because they're probably there, like try and find as many free book resources as you can. There's one or two pretty good Twitter folks that I follow that are traders that also do education, that I'll refer back to them, like Crypto Cred. He's a really good one. Byzantine General, he's also a good one. Altcoin Sherpa has really good Twitter threads. Like there's like really the crypto Twitter space for like traders, not like influencers, is actually pretty good. So they're really good Twitter threads basically talking about like how to approach trading. You just got to stay away from the moon boys because they'll wreck you.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I've seen so many get wrecked just by blindly following. But yeah, no, definitely, because I'm not an experienced trader. I mean, I've taken some long trades on like Disney and Facebook and stuff like that, which have worked out pretty well. But I'm looking to, increase my knowledge on day trading options and stuff like that. So I think that reading for sure, at least as a base, would definitely be beneficial, especially because I know that the school that I go to, the library is pretty extensive. So I'm sure they have some great reads. So that's pretty helpful.
Oh, I mean, on top of that, also, like if I can interject, like this forum as well will also be a good platform for that. Shameless plug for a guy, Money Making Lou. He's in here in the general chat and technical analysis channel every once in a while. Ping him because he's working on building out like the framework for like an instructional course, and I offered to assist in that with them. But I think we can build something really good to like create the right like base of learning for like all the folks in SteadyStack.
100%. I think that'd be awesome. All right. Well, thank you, PrivacySmurf, for your time. Really appreciate it. Coming on the second episode of the SteadyStack podcast. Guys, make sure to follow PrivacySmurf's Twitter if it's down below. And make sure to stay active in the SteadyStack Discord. Want to see all you grunts in there getting active. So, all right. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you next week.
Thanks.